What's going on, everybody? What a beautiful day. We're trying to figure out. Daddy had a question for me. He said, where do you think your personality disorder came from? Well, we live in a sick society that trains you from birth to be narcissistic, to be selfish, to want center of attention, to want power, and to want a bunch of money. They want you to stay inside on the technology. They don't want you to put your hands in the dirt anymore. When's the last time you looked up, into the sky? Looked at all those little trails. What is up, Sly?
Good morning, brother.
Good morning. What are we mourning this day?
I guess check Talcott again, huh? Are we? They said Provo Kid said we be climbing the corpse. We climbing the corpse to Jack Talcott again.
But he's not dead, right? I mean, he's a living soul.
The way he's preaching lately, I don't know. he might be going to see God soon, yo. he has gotten a vision from Jesus Christ. God is within him. What's up with you today?
So I went down to the local store and I picked myself up 4 sets of strawberries. I'm gonna get my strawberries planted today, and I was also gonna pick my strains of cannabis that I'm growing. So yeah, I gotta figure out, see if the people want to help me out.
You looking for donations?
Donations? No. I'm looking for maybe some input.
Okay, I got you. I
got a couple different flavors that are, not mine.
Hey, you know who? Because Nubs made me remember. You might need to talk to Nubs because Nubs made me remember. I met Nubs way before Paul and Slade, right? I met Nubs maybe 2 summers ago. Nubs used to show us all his stuff. I mean, everything. He used to show us all his stuff on the stream, when I used to be on the panel with them. So you might want to talk to Nubs and see what Nubs suggests for you.
No, I don't need suggestions.
I mean, like you said, help. So you want the people's help.
No, it's just like it's just for fun. It's for fun, basically.
Duh. All right, so is Nubs for fun?
If Nubs ain't here, then I don't need his opinion. We got Peach Crescendo F1. We got Peach Crescendo. I don't know if you can see that picture, but it's some dank shit right there. Shit.
All right.
Let's see what else
I'm gonna start calling your ass a tweaker.
Why? We got Crescendo RBX. Yeah, that's a back cross right there.
Okay.
And we got Planet of the Grapes.
Okay.
I grew that one last year. That one was fire. So I'm probably gonna do another one of those.
Can you send me some, please?
Yeah, I have a shit ton. But These are the ones that I'm going to. I'm confused on. I'm in my confusion. I don't know which one to pop. I don't know if I want
get out of your
this one or that
imagination,
one.
man. Come into noun, get into the noun, and research what's popular.
Dude,
What ain't popular.
I don't really care what's popular, dude. I just love
I
a
know.
nice, tasty. It's
Yeah.
got to be a good, uplifting smoke. And I'm thinking the grapes is going to take me down, but it tastes
Oh,
good. So it's like, you
man,
got
I
to have
like
at least
it.
one strain like that.
Yeah, I don't like, see, you know what it is? You would be smoking that damn up shit, right? And that's why you be crazy on some of these streams. You had me dying. You are a chaos of what? What were you a chaos of? I can't hear you. What are you a chaos of?
Agent of Chaos.
Oh, there you go, Agent of Chaos. Yeah, you.
Yeah.
So look, and Paul just fed Raider. He just helped. He just helped Talcott. He was like, yeah, man. Look at
Well,
him.
once the money runs dry on Talcott, Talcott will be back in the streets again, getting kicked out every day.
Well, Paul will make him famous again. Paul got him. Paul got him now. Like, he on the roll now, right? He's gonna be the next Paul slaved unslaved.
You know what though? It's true. It's true. Like if we keep hyping them up, all those mentally ill kids out there are gonna just go to Jack Talcott's show and they're gonna watch it every single day and jump in, be part of it. You know all that stuff.
Yeah. Listen, Talcott's gonna put it out there. He's gonna give us more information because now you see yesterday none of his friends showed up. I mean, his UN, and then the lagoon creature gonna come in talking about, Jack, I'll go to the UN. I'll go to the UN for you. And I'm like, oh no.
And here comes the son of a bitch with the oolong tea and the good tea and make me jealous every day. Man, I'm sitting here with some fresh raw honey and some squeezed lemons and water. I don't even got nothing to put in that tea.
If you got some raw honey, man, you doing good. Shit. What are you showing off, Dick?
That's his first little plan of the season.
Okay.
Me very well. I had to.
Genevieve, good morning. What? Graham, why every time I get on live stream, you want to be all up in the camera? Why?
Yo, mic check.
Every time.
Love yourself better, brother. You deserve better.
I know, dude.
Doing this to yourself. If you like a good Chinese tea, this little red cup is decent. But I really like this. For just run-of-the-mill everyday teas, the Golden Moon Irish Breakfast. Man, is that a good tea. That's what I'm drinking right now.
The Chinese make an Irish breakfast?
No, that's a white.
That went right through my mind, right? The Chinese is making some Irish tea.
That's a Wuyan. But Golden Moon makes an Irish breakfast. It's a little spendy, but it's very malty, Irish Scottish blend and malty brew with a real nice bite to it. I like teas that kind of catch a tail by the tiger, put some hair on the chest.
Make you love me long time.
Drop the old cojones an extra inch, yeah.
Hey, do you ever drop some of that rhino extract in it?
Oh yeah, you can mix it.
Come on, man. No special sauce. No fucking added sauce. No.
The Asian, that's kind of their whole thing. Is you want an extra special sauce? Extra special?
I always say no to the special sauce, man. I'm sorry.
I always get extra special, but I get the double yummy too. So
wait. Hold on.
You get that double yum, huh?
That's what I want to know, right? Like, so you be doing the double whammy kind of thing, huh?
Hey, you know what? I treat myself good. I don't even eat out anymore. But back in the day when I was a slothful pig that way, I said, I'm gonna just get the double chicken, the double sauce, extra
No,
rice,
no fish is what I'm hearing.
no fish.
No fish. Okay, I was just trying to see. You said you don't eat out anymore. I was just checking.
I gotta be in the islands if I'm gonna
Oh
do that.
my.
Well, you know
I hear
that oral cancer has been on the rise, so you got to protect yourself.
Yeah,
What
well,
it-
there's all kinds of hurdles and stumbling blocks out there, Moose. It's a scary situation we find ourselves swimming in.
Wait, y'all! Breaking news! Now they saying that the perms and stuff that the females have been getting in their hair, they saying that caused ovarian cancer and all of that kind of stuff. So that's probably why they want you not to delete your babies, because they say if you got ovarian cancer, your baby might have it. Then we got more doctors and stuff that can work on your sick child.
You
Allegedly.
almost got to be in perpetual offensive mode with this shit now. It's like everything's toxic. It's all nuking your ass. So you have to constantly be thinking about cleansing and what you could do to improve parts
Yep.
of your diets, your energy.
Yes. You
So,
ain't lying about that.
I
yo.
found out if you want to do a speed cleanse, all you got to do is go down to your local grocery store and pick yourself up a bag of strawberries, right? And eat the entire bag of frozen strawberries in one sitting.
Man, what are you talking about, dude? Get
Wait,
out here with that. You're buying frozen strawberries. They're probably not even organic.
I
You're just eating a
guarantee
bunch
you.
of strawberries.
They
What is
were
this?
organic. What are you
What
talking
is
about?
this? Where
You
are the
didn't say
greenery? Where's the greens? Well, you talking about detoxing, right? You said something about
No, I'm not
cleansing.
talking
If you
about detoxing. I'm talking about if you want to straight up just shut, like get it all out.
Yeah, speed cleansing is
Um,
not a good idea.
Well, they said try that coffee at Starbucks with the olive oil in it. They said that shit's cleaning you out.
Yeah,
Wait, they're really doing that?
you
They
stick
did.
a few tablespoons of borax in your coffee in the morning.
I
little
don't
extra.
understand that. Hey, Dick, please explain that to me. Where did that have some butter in your coffee come from? Like, what the fuck is that?
Hey,
Well,
butter's good. It's
when
got
you
good
milk
fat.
the cow back in the day, you'd get the cream that'd rise to the top, and they'd find ways to incorporate that into the morning ritual, which was not breakfast because we weren't breaking fast. We weren't eating in the grand rising. That was kind of something that was marketed to us with a bunch of bacon and eggs from the big farm, and I don't mean the pharmaceuticals. I mean the big farming companies. They wanted to sell us more fucking protein in the morning. So they cooked up a good marketing scheme and everybody started eating breakfast, but that's not part of our natural intuition.
So it comes along with the calendar and the days and the times, stuff like that, right? So how they indoctrinated us to get in a ritual of morning, afternoon, and evening, right?
Yeah, everything's to throw us off cycle and turn us into sluggish,
Slothy.
unproductive, slothful, disgusting, decrepit defalcators.
So they can have something to create, like a hospital, a therapist, a doctor.
One way to fix you. Problem, reaction, solution.
Yeah, I just came up once again, Moose. I'm not getting caught up with y'all again. Look, Larry didn't go live
Oh,
this
you're
morning.
pulling
I
a
don't know what happened.
Talcott on me? You're
No.
going to make me pull you into the conversation for another 3 hours by manipulating you like Talcott?
No, y'all did that to me yesterday. You and Nubs did that to me yesterday. I already texted the lady I was on my way, and I'm already 15 minutes behind schedule.
All right, get out of here. Get out of here.
Hey, Christos, good to see you, man. Dick,
Bye.
it's always a pleasure.
Great
Have
to
a
see you,
great
Sly.
day. All right.
Peace and blessings.
Yeah, the first time I ever met Slash, I was allegedly vaping DMT with Cowboy Dave on stream. Interesting times to think back.
Wow.
What was happening just a few months ago?
Well, at least it's not meth. You still have a friend out there.
My, how the world changes quickly.
Right.
But how it also stays the same, you know? Every day I wake up and Talcott still has a stream.
It's Groundhog's Day, huh?
That's a really good concept to kind of bring into the equation as Groundhog's Day when speaking about someone like Jack Talcott. Once I heard someone say that, I'm like, yep, that's actually perfect. Because that's very much what happens a lot, especially with the rage quit, getting frustrated, just kicking everyone out and ending it abruptly.
I think it's worse than that, though. It's more like 51st dates.
Talcott, or, you know, cowabunga with Talcott. Fighting crime with Talcott. You know, Talcott goes on a diet. I want to know everything about Talcott, and we need to know just more intimate details about everything that's going on there. It's exciting.
The problem is, Dick,
life meeting.
It's like 51st dates. I keep trying to tell you, you only get so far in the date before the day resets, and then you're screwed.
Yeah, that's true, but then you always get to look forward to the reset. So it's like a little succulent morsel of joy that you get to look forward to once you hear the loop start again. It's like a short, man. Don't you ever find a short where you're like, it's so good, you just got to keep watching it over and over and over again?
Yep.
Till you want to puke.
That skid mark short was pretty good. It's old now, but it was good.
So you got skid mark. Did you call yourself Tweaker? Is that who you are, Moose? Skid mark, Tweaker, Dickolas. You got a bunch of characters around here, I'm telling you.
Chris Taint.
We got the Tainter.
Yep, I'm instead of Christos, it's Chris Taint.
Chris Taint. I like that.
It's got the sweet smell of dingleberries in the morning.
Yeah. A disgusting concept. I mean, dingleberries doesn't have to.
We're civilized over here, Moose. We're not like you wild animal. Sorry, go ahead, Dick.
There only needs to be a word like that if you're just not taking care of your personal male hygiene. You know?
So I gotta switch this up, guys. I gotta switch this up. I gotta take you to Home Depot with me for a second because they lied to me. They sold me this thing called a strawberry, right?
Whoa, thanks for having me, Moose. It was a good stream.
Wait, get back here, Christos. So anyways, this white Carolina is supposed to be a strawberry, but when you look it up online, it's a pine berry. So Dick, I'm so confused right now.
Talking about the strawberries that clean.
You just got to learn to go with the flow more, Moose. You're overthinking it. You're not letting the Most High lead. You're trying to take the wheel again with your ego. You got to, let Jesus take the wheel and drive it on home, Pastor. It's the same advice you gave me when I had trouble, so I'm going to shine the mirror back right on you.
I appreciate that, and I think that you're kind of pushing me to grow the Mandarin cookie cross with the Ethos Haze because you like the hazes. So I'm thinking that's what you want me to grow.
Yeah, I do like the hazes. I mean, done properly, and if you get the right phenos. The reason I like the hazes is back in the day, that super silver haze cut that I was telling you is a Bubba Dutch cut.
Ooh.
And it was that early finisher. So you could find a sativa that was done in 8 weeks or whatever and, was really respectable and had a good yield. But it had such a nice, uplifting, euphoric, creative type of motivational kick in the ass, ice pick to the forehead, cup of coffee, brisk smack in the face, cold water flush, Wim Hof breathing technique type of appeal to it. And I don't see that as much in the cannabis these days. It seems much more like lukewarm kind of cookie cutter watered down. I yield.
Oh yeah.
I see a lot of frost though. I see a lot of frost and not a lot of like actual like effects that I'm looking for. What do you say, Christos?
I was just gonna say we were speaking the other day on stream, or I was speaking in real life to someone basically about dispensary versus homegrown, and how we noticed that with the dispensary bud, whether it's indica or sativa, there seems to be a pretty consistent quality of being like really hard nuggets and crumbling, like crumbling very easily, rather than being kind of softer and I'm not sure which descriptive words to use, but
hello down there.
It crumbles way too easily.
Are you down a well?
Why doth thou torture us with thou terrible audio to create masochistic pain that endures?
Hello?
There he is. The real Christos stood up.
Well,
so good to hear that shiny, pearly voice.
Yep,
it's
y'all
beautiful.
just gotta tell me as soon as it happens, and I can.
It's got a beautiful timbre to it. It's a radio voice. We just want to hear it purely. Go ahead,
I'm
Moose.
coming
You
in
make
now.
a funny joke, and I interrupted you.
Well, I was just basically saying, the dispensary flower, it crumbles way too easily, and it's always hard and crumbly. There's never a soft consistency to it. You can tell right away with how you can touch it, how it reacts. How it feels on your fingers, how sticky is it?
I can't believe you brought this up, dude. I was just thinking this as I got this ounce from my buddy dropped it off from the dispensary because I refused to get a card, and it's drier than it get. There's no stickiness to it, and I ground it up for some stupid reason, and now my keef catcher is full. You know what I mean?
What's tripping me out is I got some Blue Dream that I captured the seeds from my greenhouse grow, and I don't know how the plant pollinated other than maybe it hermied and pollinated itself. And so I was pretty excited to get some Blue Dream seeds or whatever, because this one did pretty well up here, this particular pheno. But then I fucking got this other seeds from the dispensary weed that I bought, dispensary cannabis that I purchased maybe a month ago, and it's called Blue Vishnu, which is a nice strain. I mean, I like the genetics for a number of reasons, and it has a Blue Dream in it as well. And in any case, the seeds will not germinate. So I'm like, what the fuck are they fucking selling my ass? So it's a dead cannabis. It's got a terminator seed. I mean, they're nice, well-formed, mature seeds. And it's like, what are you doing selling me your top shelf bud with seeds in it? That was kind of fucked up, but I got a few seeds. I planted them. And it's crazy. My Blue Dream seeds that came from my greenhouse a couple years ago, they just popped up in 48 hours, All these Blue Vishnus, they're dead.
Yeah, because you didn't spray your garden with a bunch of nasty pesticides.
Well, I've heard that they'll do things to increase the THC profile, like cook the weed. I didn't know that.
Wait a second.
They'll actually do that stuff.
Hold on. We need to know. We need to hear about this technique here.
Yeah, you get yourself an Excalibur dehydrator. You bring it up to 210. That increases your THC profile and gives the aroma of the cannabis a nice toasty, woody, cedar wood kind of cure to it. You'll grow to like it. It's kind of like tea, smoky flavor.
You really do that? You do that to your cannabis?
Of course. I can't wait to do a proper cure and let the sugars turn over. So I usually just I'll stick it in the oven on a baking sheet at 300 degrees. But if I really want to get that kind bud, I go with the Excalibur method. because that really, it gets that unique
Excalibur.
signature flavor I'm looking for.
I mean, I've used for my shiitakes, I've used an Excalibur, but I don't think I'd ever put my weed in an Excalibur.
You got to start experimenting more, Moose. There's all kinds of things you could try.
I experiment with the rosin press all the time. I like that.
Right? Like press other things like your finger. Or
basil, rosemary. Get some terpenes from the lavender into there.
Yeah, I'm gonna make edibles today. I got 100% organic cookie mix, and then the homegrown bud. So it's gonna be an amazing combo of organic weed and organic ingredients for the cookies.
So do you make your edibles by infusing the cannabis into your oil first, or do you do like me and just throw all the sticks and seeds and everything together and just eat it all?
I
leaves and sticks.
I have a canna butter machine, or a canna butter maker, I guess I should call it. So I use that. I don't do anything too fancy or in depth when it comes to making edibles, but I do have buddies, with like wax and whatnot that are going to be coming through, from time to time and helping me make more potent stuff, rather than just doing the whole flour, infused with the butter route, which is good. I like it. It works well for me, but I know there's other ways to go about it, kind of like you were just saying with Moose, experimenting. So I definitely have some boundaries to kind of like reach out into when it comes to this stuff. I'm not as well versed or skilled or educated when it comes to cannabis as you guys are. I mean, I am younger though, and it's only been a couple of years I'm smoking, so.
Yeah, try burning the butter in a cast iron pan. That always adds a unique flavor.
Okay, word. What's this music? Is this Moose? Who's this coming from?
It's been on the whole time. You didn't hear
It
it?
just came on out of nowhere. I don't know.
Hey, have you ever made fully extracted oil with your little buddy machine there?
Have I ever made what?
Fully extracted cannabis oil or version like a RSO, Rick Simpson oil, something along that lines?
Dude, Rick Simpson oil is amazing. I've only tried it like once. My mom got some for free because she has back pain and stuff. But I love that stuff, man. It's like, Rick Simpson's like a saint.
Well, it's just fully extracted cannabis oil. It's real easy to make.
Right. Yeah. My cousin has Crohn's disease, and he actually, when he can get his hands on some RSO, like he really likes to use that. Very therapeutic, and he uses cannabis in general for his Crohn's disease. But he said at one point he was going through like a whole gram of RSO a day.
You get a big tolerance for it quick. You don't even really notice it. It just kind of hits you differently. I really enjoy it, actually. It's like a cleanse. You stop puffing and just do RSO for a month or so. It's kind of like a reset. But I do notice it slows my digestion down a bit. So I got to watch it. I got to lower my food intake because, of course, if it's and depending on what you make it from is interesting too. You make it from a strong sativa, it definitely has an entirely different kind of way of interacting with your body. They say medicinally make it out of a strong indica hybrid or something. But I would just make it with whatever I had because I just like the oil.
Mm-hmm. And when it comes to sativa, indica, and different strains, I'm trying to I know it depends on what I have access to through who I know because I don't go to the dispensary, but I'm trying to kind of get more acquainted with how certain strains or different types of indicas or sativas or hybrids are affecting me cognitively and just like energy wise, because there are so many different strains. And then some people, they prefer sativa or they prefer indica. Some people don't care. But I feel like as time goes on, and, if you're using it a lot, it begins to matter, the actual profile, and you can actually discern the differences between these different strains. And using there's so many different uses. So finding the strain that you're going to use early in the morning, or the strain you use before you go to bed.
That's really why I promote growing, or well, it's not the main reason, but it's for me, it's one of the main motivations to grow, is because you can grow a proper sativa, and to start your day that way, I find to be entirely more productive or more creative. You just can lean on the sativa for most of the working hours of the day, and then maybe at the end of the evening, if you just want to relax back, switch to an indica. But some people don't have that relationship with it. They really feel the sativa tweaks them out or makes their heart palpitate. And sometimes I think that's just because they're getting immature cannabis that's been harvested too early. But other times, even a properly ripened sativa still fucks with them. But for me, I'm the exact opposite. If I had to go to a deserted island and I could only bring one genetic or phenotype of cannabis with me, it would be a sativa-leaning hybrid. And I really wouldn't even miss the indica, personally.
I have to jump in here and say I agree.
Am I still crackly with my audio? My bad, guys.
Nope.
Is my mic bad again?
You're good. You're good now.
Okay.
If I was on an island, I would definitely want a straight heavy sativa, like a Ghost Train Haze or like a Thai sativa. If I didn't have to worry about like waiting for it to grow, that's the problem, Christos, is nobody wants to pay for the extra weeks that people grow sativas. You don't always get a bigger yield at the end of growing a sativa, but you have to put in, 12 to 18, 27 weeks. Like, so hardly anybody grows like a good straight, Thai sativa anymore. No Thai stick sitting around.
Yeah, taking more time and energy for a product or a yield that's going to be truly appreciated. And I know what you mean, especially in this era with cannabis. People aren't willing to wait the extra time for a more perfected product.
Do you think it's all economical, like Dick? The reason why we have more indicas? Because I do. I 100% believe that it's all because the 8 weeks and the 6 week strains make way more money.
Yeah, the sativas are also the ones that tend to be more difficult to grow or more finicky. And so it then becomes like grower IQ and capability. They're trying to just turn cash crops and fill jars and keep the eye candy running. The sativas just tend to be more of a delicate. There was this Thai that I grew out once, and I had forgotten the name of it for a long time, and now I just remembered. It was called Thai Lights. It was a combination of Thai and Northern Lights. And I remember how dainty the roots were on this particular genetic, and it was just a fucking pain in the ass to grow. But of course, it was really good, and it finished out beautifully. And once you figured her out, you were kind of addicted. And so, from a connoisseur standpoint, you wouldn't want to give her up. But commercially, they gave her up pretty quick because it's just a pain in the ass fucking weed, fucking making my profit and loss statement look bad. So we got to move. And there was a point where those dispensaries, I mean, some of them were holding 100, 150 different genetics that they were regularly flowering at any time. And a lot of them now, you can see they've really honed down. They're just sticking to what they've now, I guess, made a consensus are the ones that really sell and seem to produce the profit. And so that reduces the genetic library, and you just have less floating around and less growers carrying shit. And it becomes more and more commercial and more of a standardized type of result.
It makes me sad. It makes me real sad because it's like you can't go to any place and choose something off the shelf and it be called one thing, and then go to another place and choose the same thing off the shelf and it actually be the same thing. You know?
Well, I'm okay with that in the sense that different growing methods, especially if it's all done with integrity, like that would be badass if you had two shops next to each other. They got the same exact sour diesel strain, East Coast sour diesel or something, and one grows it completely hydroponic, but clean with Humboldt nutrients or some kind of high quality organic system, and all that attention to detail. However, whatever method they choose, Hempy bucket method or one of these, different ways they could do the hydro, but then have the biodynamic on the other shop, all soil, all fucking natural amendments, everything done with teas and, that simple natural method. That would be fucking cool if we had that level of connoisseur. But no, it's not. That's not the point here. The point is, hey man, weed's legal. You can have weed. Come down here and overpay and pay a bunch of state and local municipality taxes to get some average cannabis that you probably could have got better cannabis back in the day on the black market.
All hail Lord Pop. Welcome.
Hey,
yo,
Moose,
Paul, what's up?
How are you, Dick?
Oh, bright and chipper, and getting ready to go get some stuff done.
Right.
How you feeling this Grand Rising?
I'm a little bit low energy, but I'll get there.
Got to get the well, you had the tunes going, so that just wasn't firing you up. Wasn't getting the wheels turning yet this morning, huh?
No, it's still a little bit early to get fully activated, but we'll get there.
Did you get the report whether Talcott invaded the UN or not?
No, I didn't. I didn't hear anything about that. I'm sure I would have heard on the news. I'm constantly just watching news. So I figure if Talcott invaded the UN like Fidel Castro and Guevara did back in the day, pretty sure didn't they invade Cuba, take it over? Yeah, I'd have heard about that. We all would have heard about that.
We're sitting on the edge of our seat right here, Pop.
Hold on, what am I?
So you want to chime in with your favorite? Are you a sativa guy? Are you an indica guy? Are you just a smoke the weed kind of guy?
So yeah, I like all of it. I like it all. Depending on the scenario.
I'll be back in just a bit, guys. I got to take care of a couple things here.
Man, energy is just falling off the radars here, folks.
Riveting.
We're not doing our job. So, Pop, I am about to start some my next strain set. What are we thinking? Are we thinking some Cinderella 99 from the Brothers Grimm? Some Haze?
All right, give me the whole list. Give me the list.
All right, let's see. We got Planet of the Grapes from Ethos.
I like a white 99, but Cinderella 99 is decent. I like that. Go ahead.
We got the Peach Crescendo. That was some pretty good shit. But I've got the old school Chem Dog.
Not so much.
We got the Apple Fritter cross with the Banana Bear Claw.
I don't even know it. See, they like to remix, man. They like to Okay, go ahead, continue.
So like that's my strain right there is the banana bear claw, right?
Banana bear claw. So what the fuck is that? Okay, now I gotta look into this. I'll look into it.
It's the banana kush
That's what I
crossed with
figured.
fucking
Banana kush with what?
fuck. I gotta remember. I wrote it down. I write all this shit down because
I always know it's banana kush, and I'm not really into that. Keep going.
oh, it's apple fritter crossed with the banana kush, and then it's crossed with my bear claw.
All right, keep going.
Keep going. All right, let's see what else we got in this fucking box. We got Grandpa's stash crossed with Grandpa's cookies. This is some like Santa Claus shit right here. It's got the long beard. All right, so that was a laugh, so I'm gonna guess no on that one. So we'll go. What about lemon gelato? That sound good.
I like that.
All right. Okay, so we'll put the lemon gelato on top. All right. I got 4 kinds of strawberries, but I mean you can't smoke a strawberry.
Right. I like sour diesel, New York diesel. I like the gelato strains.
So, did you ever see the? I don't mean to interrupt you, but talking about New York because you're from the East Coast. Did you ever know about the bike delivery guys in New York?
Yeah, I mean that's that's old.
All right. Well, the guy who basically Half Baked is written after, he passed away last year, but he used to be my manager. He was the collective owner in California. He went to prison for fucking 10 years. And yeah, that dude stands for rights and freedoms. So R.I.P. to Derek Hausman.
Right. So this person said God's chosen people is talking about drugs again. Nothing new under the sun. Yeah, that's the thing though. Like, you consider a plant that God created to be drugs? How does that even make any sense? Another retard. Really bottom line.
Probably smokes cigarettes and drinks his whiskey.
Probably sits here every day watching me and hating. Oh wait, he does. Razvan constantly.
God, Razvan. Don't you have anything better to do with your life?
No, he doesn't. That's the thing. We're trying to find him something to do.
Tell him to come up on the panel. We need to talk to him.
Yeah,
we need to find this man a purpose.
The pastor's going to come in just for you, okay? Give you a word.
He might pray for you. He doesn't really like Russians, but he might pray for you. The lagoon creature, she has a question for you, Pop Pop. She says, when are you going to do a broadcast with me? So I'm going to answer for him because I like doing that sometimes, even though I'm not his person to answer. I'm not him. The only way he's doing a broadcast with you, Lauren, is if it's on OnlyFans.
Right. Now you're on to it. Okay? Okay. I was going to say when you suck my dick in public, but I figured that would be a little too harsh. And then you took it there. Right? Now, to be, more focused and serious with this matter, why would I go do anything with you when you told me privately, I'm scum, I'm a lowlife, you'll never trust me, and blocked me? Doesn't make any sense. I tried to be equitable with you. I tried to discuss the facts of the matter. I try to communicate like grown people. You can't get over the past. You cycle in confusion over words that I've said months ago about you. You can't move on, and you're controlling, and you're manipulative, and you're hateful, and you're bitter, and you're resentful, right? On and on. So,
to be fair, it's behind a paywall, though, so it wouldn't be public.
Okay, so that's the thing, though. That's not even. See, thought you were actually saying she was down there. I didn't even look.
I thought she was until I saw that I'm an idiot.
Right.
I started laughing.
Right. So you can't see the name is not. Okay, but that's fine because, the creature is probably listening anyway. And she's constantly asking me that question anyway. So it was just so appropriate that I didn't even look at it or read it or think about it because she's always begging me to fucking come over there while she's shitting on me and hating on me. It's very bizarre. It's like dual personality.
And to be fair, it says right after that, it says, unblock me, Paul. So how would I not think it was her unless I actually read the name? I didn't read the name.
Right. Well, yeah. So this is why I don't broadcast with you typically, because you just, if I'm not, fastidious, as they say, if my attention to detail is not what it needs to be in the moment, you will go ahead and tell me that the lagoon creature's down there, and then it's De La Tuna, which is gross. Okay, first of all, it's grotesque.
What's wrong with tuna? You don't eat tuna?
Yeah, I'm just saying, just the whole idea of it, it's making me nauseous. I didn't eat yet, and it's still kind of early for all that. Okay.
All right, I understand. Tell Jennifer to make you something to eat.
No, I don't need to tell her to do anything, because I do what the fuck I need to do for me, right? What do you think? I got a mama like you? Jennifer's off, go about her day. That's how I like it.
Okay. You get rid of her. Okay.
Yeah.
The tactic.
I want everybody to fuck up out of my face, right? So I could do what the fuck I need to do for me and my life and future and these good fucking people out here. All right. So
yeah, like the ones that actually want to stand for something.
Right. Jennifer's off doing yoga, playing with her pussy, hopefully looking for a divine feminine creature to bring home to me. And that's it. I got to be here somehow with you this morning.
Yeah, that is an unfortunate series events. Yeah.
Right, but I roll with the punches. I'm very magnanimous and I'm a very loving, caring man.
I don't understand. Why is it that Christos left right when you came? Is Christos like doing something off the beaten track or something?
Is like, listen, I've always, I love Christos. I respect Christos, but I've never trusted Christos, much like Hyman Roth said, or much like they talked about Hyman Roth that way. So I don't know what Christos is up to. I want to care for him. I want him to see the light. But he seems like he's easily manipulated, easily swayed, especially with the strength of the current nowadays. We are awake slaves, all of them. It's very turbulent waters we're navigating. So folks are being pulled this way and that way, every which way but loose.
Yeah. I mean, when you got Ian driving the ship, you're not sure whether it's going to go off the bridge or under the bridge.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I get, just another bad joke.
Right. So you haven't been working on that? You haven't been working on for the last few months getting this project? Clearly not. I mean, I guess I'm being kind of rude because I'm asking a question which is self-evident. It's a rhetorical question. The answer is clear. You've not been working on anything here.
Yeah, I forgot to paint, and the tables are still a little rickety, but I think it's coming together. The sound is coming together a little bit better than normal.
Is that you playing the Mannheim Steamroller album behind you?
Well, you gotta understand when I'm in this, like, I'm in the zone right now. I'm feeling it. I feel like Jack Talcott right now. Nobody can stop me right now. I'm about to praise. Praise be to Jah. I'm making people angry again. People are angry. They don't know whether I'm coming or going. They don't know whether I'm here or there. They can't tell whether I'm being serious or fake anymore. And I can't even tell.
So what was the deal? What's the deal with you and Talcott?
Oh, he just throws me out too much. I'm like that guy you throw out of the bar and I come back and burn it down.
You're like the guy they throw out of the bar that comes back with itching and burning.
Well, you must have thrown me out of the bar with someone else because I don't have any itching and burning right now. Man, we are not doing good content today. What is going on?
No, you aren't. I'm separating this from my regular broadcast for a reason. I knew it would be horrible. So I'm giving everyone the option to not come here, right? Because when I do the regular broadcast, it'll be separate. And then this one's just Moose panel before regular broadcast. So everyone will probably avoid this, knowing like I will that it's horrible.
Well, it is 11:33, so maybe we should stop it here, and maybe you should get the good train rolling.
All right. Well, I mean, it's still kind of early, right? I'm not like the Zetetic Warrior who's been absent now for 2 weeks at least. It's just completely vanished and disappeared with no trace. I hope that he was not kidnapped by some type of tribe, some type of, terrorist cell. There's a lot of stuff going on now. The Mongolians are getting people, they're telling me. Chechens are getting people. Islamics are taking Islamophobes. A lot of movement going on. So I haven't seen this guy in a couple weeks, and I'm wondering, is there some foul play afoot?
Well, the first one I'd blame is Ian.
This is kind of cool because, you're just mellow and Moose, he's failing at making you entertaining now, Paul. That's what he's supposed to do, but he was supposed to learn from you. And you were just coming in kind of low energy to give him an opportunity. But you missed the mark, Moose.
I did miss the mark, and I'll be first one to admit that. I'm not as fired up as I'd like to be, so I need some more caffeine.
You got to step it up. You need to start drinking better tea.
So, Pop, do you drink tea, or do you drink coffee, or are you just all natural?
So, yeah, I'll have some coffee in the morning.
I think Z just stepped out because he was almost self-destructing from what it seemed like, from what I could tell, and he just figured he wasn't into it anymore. I haven't talked to him. That's just my guess. That's kind of an eye-opener when you come onto these YouTube screeds. It's not really what you may necessarily think.
You're saying he pulled a moose, basically. He ran away. He's no longer interested in being a broadcaster and entertaining the masses because they are not grateful enough. They're not grateful at all.
The hook's already in, though. I mean, the technology's designed to be addictive, so he probably is already having strong impulsions to come back and do something in the metaverse.
My prediction is he's going to come back stronger than ever because he's going to take the artificial intelligence and he's going to embrace it, and he's going to use the Chat GPT to come back and be funnier and darker than he has ever been before.
So Z is deep in a romantic bonding with Chat GPT right now. Is going to come back a cyborg version of himself, enhanced and greater than ever before.
Possibly the first to take the Neuralink.
That's quite a rumor you're starting there, Moose.
We're just relaxing together. All right, I need you. Yeah, you need to take over for just 1 second, Dick, because I need to make this espresso.
Yeah, so I got the reason I'm not talking because I got some slave who we found a cockroach at the Airbnb, and then they went ahead and after we told them, and weren't even going to do nothing about it, just move on with our day, they just made some shit up, said that I was smoking in the fucking place, which I never do because I know they're going to charge me. Then they go, oh, well, you were smoking outside. Right. So now they're like trying to push the issue and send like fake cleaning bills and shit. After the fucking husband just yesterday said, let's just leave it alone and move on and not have any more issues. So they're like, everyone's full of shit. Everyone's a false claimer. Everyone's passive aggressive. Everyone just says whatever they'll have to say to get whatever they want. Right. And this is exactly the problem that I'm dealing with constantly with folks. There's no accountability. There's no responsibility. There's no equity.
I think I know what happened here. Okay. I think I know what happened. He, the guy's like, you know what? You're right, man. I don't want a problem. There's no problem here. And he went inside, and his mama turned around and said, wait a second. What did you tell him? Next thing you know, he's turning around backbiting.
I've seen everything. I mean, I went into a Super 8 once, and after a long day of driving and working hard, and check in, sit down at the couch, put my hand down on the side, I feel these kind of plastic objects or whatever. I look over, and it's the whole side of the couch is just riddled with needles. And, it's not very comforting, but at the same time, no big deal. I mean, shit happens. It's a cheap ass fucking crap hotel. I'm not that particular anyway. I just need a place to lay my head. I always put down my own blanket anyway on top of the bed. And it's fucking Arizona, so it's hot anyway. And I go talk to the guy up front. I'm saying, can you get me another room? He could have cared less. It's just like, what do you want me to do? Get me a room without needles, intravenous needles all down the side of the couch. But I had to actually complain to get refunded the money because I finally just left. They couldn't get me another room. It was sold out. Went and slept in my car again. So road stories for days here.
Yeah. So when I was I was passing through Pennsylvania, I happened to hit Erie, Pennsylvania, the week of spring break. And I walk up to the door of the room. There's a trash bag sitting outside the room. That's red flag number one. You're like, all right, but we've been driving for 12 hours today and we're fucking tired. So we go in, we're looking around. Things are looking, really dingy. Floor doesn't look like it's been vacuumed too good. Go in the bathroom, you're looking around, you're like, okay, there's still trash in the trash can in there. And we look around on the bed and look for everything. Doesn't seem like anything's there. I lay down. 20 minutes later, there's a fucking bed bug crawling on me, dude. I literally left. I lit all my clothes on fire and ran. So these cheap ass hotels, and this is what the guy wanted to do for me, right? He says, "Oh, well, we can move you into this to the room right next door." So the bed bugs are going to stay in this room and not that?
So I think a lot of that stems from having really poor or sick, weakened biology on our bodies. And that in a natural state, we would have almost like a protective layer that's naturally resilient to a lot of this shit. But the reason we have all these parasites now running amok and little cyber bugs and shit everywhere growing, our body doesn't have the natural protective mechanisms to even fend that shit off. So it's a lot more prone to be a desirable environment for bed bugs, all this kind of shit. Because I thought, is it just hygienics? But you got more things killing everything than ever before. All these different chemicals they use to clean everything and disinfect. So it really comes down to you're killing all the native biology. You don't have a natural balance. So the more sterile you try to make it, the more you fuck up your balance.
Yeah, and we got Star Daddy down here. He wants to know top 5 things you need to run a B&B. First thing you need is a cleaner. If you don't have a cleaner, don't do it. Second thing you need
a maintenance guy, which is who I am. I work for B&Bs out here. I got to go take care of one right now. I have a part of a roof I got to go repair today. It's an easy job, but yeah.
And without you, that roof might not be repaired. So you need to have a...
I love that kind of work, dude. I put up play sets. I put up basketball hoops. I put up, redo decks. I do, I'll level out areas. I'll put up the, for a volleyball area or horseshoes. This is the kind of work they get me into. It's like they're calling me to put a new light fixture in or to put a fan in the bathroom or, replace a motor or put new blinds in. And, I could do that shit when I'm 80 years old. I could do this shit for the rest of my life. I love it.
You know what I would have you do if I could fly you out for the weekend or a week or a month or whatever? I would have you help me with my Zen garden that I'm trying to build here.
I've learned so much. I mean, it's kind of regional specific because what I've had to learn in the last 10 years to grow up here is completely different than I'm sure what you do in your environment. Or what's the region or the elevation you're at, Moose?
We're at sea level.
Yeah, that's awesome.
We're zone 5B, so we have like really cold winters and we don't have a very big growing period. But what we do have when it's beautiful, it's absolutely phenomenal. I want to make it even more phenomenal by like sprucing it up.
Well, I'm going to do something different this year than I've done any other year, but I know I'm going to have a better result than I ever had before, at least for the veggies. In the hoop houses, I'm going to make it so just like the bigger greenhouse setups where the sides will fold up so you can get the ventilation underneath. I'm going to do that, but I'm going to have a screen layer underneath that so that the little varmints can't get in, because that's what fucks me up every year is I either close it up with the plastic and have some kind of air system for air to move through. And then it's too constrictive. Like I need to have more airflow, but if I bring it up, then all the little rats and shit get in and they eat everything when it starts. So to get established in May and June out here, I have to have some kind of net system. So I'm going to try to incorporate the two and hopefully do a lot better with veggies. Because, there's this weird anomaly out here, Moose. For the first, I'll just say this real quick. For April and May, anything you put out will get eaten instantaneously. It doesn't matter what it is. But if you can get it through May into the first couple weeks of June, there's enough other native stuff that the squirrels and groundhogs and all that shit want to eat, or ground squirrels want to eat, and they won't mess with it anymore.
Oh, hold on, Nubs. Before you go, we got 3 more things we need. So you need a cleaner, you need a maintenance guy. I would say you need some patience. That would be the third one, because people are going to test your patience. They're going to destroy your home. They're going to destroy your property. They're going to leave it a mess sometimes. Sometimes it'll be the opposite of that, and you'll be thanking God that you got a good person that was noble and has some honor and whatnot. What's the fourth thing? What do you think, Dick, for 4?
Integrity.
For a B&B?
Yeah. Nubs got it. Integrity.
Sure.
That's the point, bro, is that did you not just hear me say that this goofy bitch is so desperate to get to $1, she's charging $100 for a room and then talking about trying to lie, saying she's got cleaners that come in there? I'm like, first of all, you think I'm stupid? You couldn't afford to bring cleaners in. You're trying to act important. You motherfuckers clean that place. So then she goes a day and a half later and gets some quote from some company with no signature on it. I go, so you're going to push this issue and keep lying and making a fool of yourself, dumb bitch. I go, you think that I haven't lived in every position in the world and know the game? You went to a regular cleaning company, got a quote, and now you're claiming that that's what the fuck the proof is, that we smoked in there when we didn't, and that it has to be clean. You just got a quote. So now you're trying to use another fraudulent document, a forged instrument in a sense, right, to an issue to get a payment. And now it's an Airbnb. I'm going to tell them, you better not charge that card because it's unlawful. It's not authorized to charge that card. She's got to take it to court now. She's got a claim. She's going to show proof. I don't know how she's going to prove something that didn't happen. But, you know, I told her, I said, I'm going to come back 30 minutes right now. I'm going to backtrack and come there right now. I said, you're going to walk in there with me, and I'm going to call an officer, and he's going to come in there, and he's going to look around, and he'll make the determination, third party, of what went on in there. Sheriff, whoever you want to call. You want to call a fucking cleaner? I really don't give a fuck. No, let's just move on. God bless you. Then they come a day and a half later with some more bullshit. Everybody's full of shit. Everybody tries to act like they're godly, reputable people. Everybody's in fucked up relationships because I can tell you right now, the woman's running that house like they all do. The guy's a little mincing coward, okay? It was all her till she had a problem. Then he got on the phone. Then I told him what it was going to be and how he's a fool for pushing this because I got pictures of him with cockroaches in his business. I said, why would you push this issue, bro? I said, if you were smart and weren't desperate and poor and broke, you'd have just gave the hunter back just off the strength of it so we wouldn't write a review. I wasn't even going to write a review anyway. I said, that's the difference. Exactly. I just put the thing under a fucking bowl, left it on the counter so you could see it, so it couldn't get out. And I said, hey, it's there. We didn't even pay for the room. It was a business situation for her. So nobody even paid nothing. We weren't looking to come up off something, right? She was more bothered about it. I said, listen, odds are there's more somewhere. The place was very clean. There's a food disposal. The thing was right by the sink. So I just deduced it probably came up through the pipe. So I just blocked it off, put the one roach under the bowl and told them, hey, you know, there's a roach in here. Oh, well, we don't know that, but we spray all the time, right? So you don't know there's bugs here, but you spray all the time. So you're full of shit again. I knew she was full of shit 3 different ways because I see the move. It's so easy for me. When I first walked up, I couldn't get in the door, right? She comes out right away as if she's watching and knows something's up. Comes up and goes, hey, is the door sticking? I go, yeah. She goes, it usually never does that. I said, if it usually never does that, why'd you come up asking me about something I'm experiencing that you already know about? This ain't the first time, lady.
Doesn't ever do that.
I'm so full of shit that I don't know you're full of shit, right? They think we're all just full of shit. We don't know nothing. We don't know ourselves and each other. We can't understand common fucking sense. So instead of her
they'll drop it though because they don't have a leg to stand on.
Of course, a quote with no signature and no nothing that says how much it would cost. Then she goes, it's a deep cleaning. I said, what are you going to deep clean? The whole place is tile. What does that even mean? I said, what are you going to deep clean?
Average things, you know, for however many people they harass will typically just fucking pay because they don't like conflict.
Yeah, that's the thing. And as
there's
a business
no rug
owner,
in there though. How you can tell me $500 to deep clean tile floors? There was no rug in there. It was a studio with no rug.
Steam is expensive, man.
It's a total
You got to pay for the heating. No, steam is super expensive. Let me tell you how. You've got to pay for the heat, and you've got to pay for the electric, and you got to pay for the water, and you got to pay for the time for the person to do it. I'm still not figuring out how you get $500. But
bullshit, bro, I didn't smoke in there. I purposely smoked outside. The dude, you know, I know he's full of shit too. I know what they believe and know. It's not about what I know about what I did and didn't do. I know I didn't smoke in there, but I know he knows that I didn't. Because the first thing he said to me was, isn't it true you were smoking outside? Bro, don't play me. I saw you and you saw me. I wasn't hiding. Yeah, I was smoking out there. He goes, well, it's not prohibited to smoke on the property at all. I said, okay, go get an officer. My question now is, why are you focusing on what I did outside the property that you can't hold me liable for, rather than what you said I did, which was smoke inside, which you want a bill for? Doesn't make any sense. Our beef isn't what I did outside. Our beef is what happened inside. You're ignoring that to focus on what you saw outside that I saw. You saw me. So you're playing more policy and code games. That's prohibited. Okay, what are you going to do? Right?
They're trying to Bible belt you.
Right.
Did you agree to that prohibition?
They're going to teach me a lesson by trying to get somebody to pay and then lying all the way and producing false documents. I told the guy yesterday, I said, you'd be smart to just let this go and leave it lie. Right? And he finally said, you know what? Let's just move on and not push the issue. She's the egoic bitch who's pushing the issue. He was smart enough to realize, I said, how are you going to effectuate all this? I said, you can't prove it anyway. I said, I just recorded everything you say. If we go to any venue, it's going to be clear you're lying, right? And then he wants to start insulting me. Oh, I don't know what kind of drugs you're on. This, and I said, keep insulting me, sir. Keep making false claims. So these folks don't get it. When it comes right down to venue, they never are going to win because I established they're in dishonor and bad faith from the word go. I got you texting me one way, acting another way. I got you being you until it's a problem, then putting your husband on and talking we. Then when I talk to him, he says, God bless you. Let's just move on and reconcile. There's no problem. Then a day and a half later, you push the issue again. You're bad faith and dishonorable all the way around. Why didn't you take the opportunity for me to backtrack 30 minutes, come back with a third party? I didn't threaten them. I have it all recorded. I said, I'll come back right now, take the time out of my day, and we'll call a third party to come in there. He goes, oh, the cleaners have already been in there. I said, cleaners? I said, you mean to tell me you paid $375 and or at least $100 minimum? So you're telling me you're making $100 on the apartment, but you got cleaners in there regularly? Something doesn't add up. I said, you must think I'm a real fool, huh? Playing ego games. You're the cleaners. You went in there and you maybe smelled a little something, but we didn't smoke in there. So instead of you just opening the windows and airing it out and it'd have been fine, you want to make false claims that you can't prove. So this is how everybody operates, because they probably thought, well, once we said the Roach deal, we were going to go to the review anyway, and we were going to try to get our money back anyway. And they figure if that is going to happen, we're going to hit you for $375, at least make something off of it, then be able to tell everybody we were a bunch of drug users and we made up the Roach. See the games everybody plays in public? I says, now you's all fucked up because we were going to move on, didn't do nothing. You had the problem, didn't compensate. We didn't ask for it. Now you're trying to push a false claim, bad faith in the public. I said, you're going to wind up playing with me and have another person I got to sue.
Yep. I mean, that's how people are, dude. And the thing is, in the 3 years I've operated this business, I have only charged one person for smoking in the room because they smoked in the room already, and it was a young guy. And I said, hey, I got plenty of room on this property. You can smoke anywhere you want on this property. I don't care if you light a bowl on the fucking porch. I said, just please don't smoke in the room. And he said, yeah, no problem. And, he ended up smoking in the room again. And when we have to turn rooms over, we don't have, we have 2 to 3 hours before the next guest gets there. That's the only reason why I would ever charge anybody, is if they know that there's an issue and they say, hey, I'm cool, I'm not going to do it. And then they do it anyways. But we've never charged anybody else.
Yeah, I mean, again.
If you end up doing the work, you deserve the pay for the work. If the work has to be done, that's legitimate. But if I come up to you with a contract that's not signed, you're out of your fucking mind.
No, and it doesn't even cost that much. It costs like $150 total, like flat out the door. If you need somebody else to come do it, it costs $150. It doesn't cost no $500.
But again, the point is that you can't deep clean tile. So I guarantee when I go and ask what the deep cleaning is, it's all bullshit. There's nothing there. They didn't bring cleaners in. They didn't pay somebody $375 or to $500, whatever she's claiming. It's usually $500, but they did $300. She didn't do all that. She just went to some person because I called her on it. She didn't have the bill 2 days ago or a day and a half ago. She just produced some wrinkly quote sheet from somebody with no signature that said what it would cost for an 1,800 square foot area.
So contact that company and see if they did a quote recently.
You think they're going to release their information?
They might if you say it's for a legal battle. I don't know. Probably not, but it's worth a call. You never know. People are fucked up in all sorts of ways.
Yeah, and Airbnb is supposed to take care of these kind of situations. Like, they're supposed to be the mediator in this. You're muted, Dick.
They always lean to the renter. And these, as long as the renter has a good reputation to some degree, which, you know, depending on how long these people have been on there, who knows what the situation is there or their reviews. But they typically will lean, you know, they want to keep their revenue stream going. So really their allegiance is to the people who rent, because the more options there is up there, the more likely they're going to get a rental.
Yeah, and if you do write a bad review for them, it's way worse for you to write a bad review for them, because, you know, everybody else is going to look for them. They're not looking for you. They're looking for a place to stay.
That review is definitely worth the $100 they would have lost in the deal.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes you just got to pay for shit.
Exactly.
Especially as a business owner.
Yeah, they say all publicity is good publicity. Not when it comes to roaches in your motel.
Nope.
And, really terrible experiences. That shit works against you quick.
Right, especially if I like do a broadcast too, right? Maybe not exactly the person that you want to piss off and fuck with, because I could just spend as much time as I want playing videos of cockroaches and telling people where you are and who you are. You know, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, see, that's the thing. Sometimes though, Paul, I'm not really sure, because you've shown me forgiveness, and I think that you might have to show the man forgiveness. You might not have to show the woman forgiveness. But
no, they said we, and this is the problem. I'm tired of men who can't get themselves in line and get their women in line. So it's his fucking fault and problem. All the fake passive aggressive bullshit. First of all, he started like they always start with me. Hey, take it down a bit. I said, bro, this is the way I talk. Okay? So we're going to get the facts of the matter on record. Take it down a bit. I'm not going to argue with you. Once I hear that shit, I already know you're an inauthentic corporate male, passive-aggressive bitch who will say whatever the fuck you got to say to avoid conflict and controversy directly, and then try to use a system on the back end. I already know you're trying to set me up as uncivilized like they all do. That's all they ever have, because I shoot straight at them like I'm talking right now. Let's get right down to it. You said this. We did this. We didn't do this. Oh, did you smoke on the property? Yeah. Now what? Well, that's not allowed. Right. But I didn't smoke in there. So you lied.
yeah, the cleaning fee isn't for the outside air.
I already saw the type of bitch he was, because when a man sees me through the fence and he's playing with his little poodle, okay, and he doesn't acknowledge me, but then comes back there to throw out a little piece of a little bag of garbage. I know the game, bro. I used to be a drug addict. I used to have to move money and drugs in public in front of everybody. I know how people move and what they do and don't do and what makes sense and what the shortest route is versus a longer route, because there's a reason. You didn't have a garbage in your house. You had to come to the back, a separate apartment, private pool house area, which is its own apartment, to throw out garbage in a garbage back there, which was one piece of garbage in a bag. No, you came back there to fucking snoop. Right? So, like,
Hey, I'll be right.
These people are all the same way. They can't mind their own fucking business in any fashion. you know, figuratively or literally, physically. They can't mind their own business. They don't know how to fucking carry themselves as a private man, but an honorable man.
That is the thing though. If you're like interested in what your guests are doing, you have no, business being in this business. It's not your business. Like that, you are giving them a room to stay for the night, and whatever they do in that room, as long as they don't cause loss, injury, or harm, it's not your business.
It's pervasive in society too. I mean, even at the bank level, right? They say if you take money out, they'll question you now. Even on a small amount, you're taking out $1,500 or something. What do you need the cash for? And I would say if you have the people conditioned to where they think that is acceptable and a normal way of interacting with these institutions is that they have the right to pry into every aspect of your life and analyze everything you're doing, then it's just that much easier to bring in that technology that does that for them and say, well, we've been doing this for the longest time. Of course, we need to know everything about every transaction. So it must all be done under this umbrella. And that seems to me why it's leaning that way. What's up, Rob? Cheers, buddy.
Yep. Cheers, Rob. I think it's interesting that they would have you stay in a room behind their house, and then sit there and like watch you because you're smoking an herb. I mean, if you were smoking a cigarette, do you think they would come outside and start yelling at you then?
It's just going to be more fucking test for me to get right with the court. It's going to be so easy because there's no criminal charges. It's civil. So, we'll go ahead, write it up. We'll go to court. And then I'm going to show you to be dishonorable and bad faith right down to the ad you posted. Because you said, I'm vomiting a little bit, thinking about these people in their face and their just the way they carry themselves and their whole life and lifestyle. You said on the thing that it's a private heated pool. But, of course, when we got there was a fucking cover over it. And it wasn't private because you took a picture of it from one side but not the other. And it was right in front of a window of a fucking house where you were staying. So that's not private, okay? I don't know if people understand words and terms and like bad faith, false presentments, and false advertising. I win the battle before we even fight. It's only halfway through the fight you realize you've lost. I realize I won before we ever start fighting.
I can't stand when they stage a picture like that. That's bullshit.
Well, again, so tell me all about the high reviews. I'm going to say high reviews, great. Let's go to the character of these beings and their presentment and their advertising. It's deceptive. It's bad faith. It's false claiming. Okay? Just like her offering a $20 DoorDash that we didn't ask for and didn't want, then turning around hitting us with a bill for something we didn't do. Passive aggressive, bad faith, appeal to emotion and authority in an attempt to look like you're trying to reconcile, but all the messages and the phone conversation and the activity shows you're trying to defraud and defalcate, as they always do. Because again, only somebody poor and broke and in debt would turn their pool house into an Airbnb to make $100 at best. When all said and done, right? And when all said and done, probably even less, $50, $75. So you're going to do all that to try to help make ends meet and pretend like you're a business owner and cause all these problems for yourself in your life when you'd fuck up a lemonade stand if I built it all and got the clientele because of the nature of who and what you are and the way you live. It's laughable. I'd love to see what they're pulling in a month off of this B&B and how it's worth it to them. To have the fucking debt for the next 20 years, the bullshit new car they're indebted for, the shitty little house with the back pool that now they can't use because they got to fake like it's a private pool for the guests.
All the rents are plummeting right now. They're not able to rent them the way they have been able to in the past. And rents just in general across the country are going down.
Yeah, but again, when you're a fucking bozo, I don't even need to talk to them. I just look at how they present and what they're wearing. That tells me everything. I look at the look in their eyes. I look at their facial expressions. When you're a guy who looks like this guy and then the woman comes out and she's got all the accessories, I already know the deal. I already know what's going to happen. This bitch has an unbound ego because you're a little simp and never checked her shit. And she's going to cause us all a problem. And you're going to be in court today and 10 years from now, dividing up your soul and your property. Like always, right? Selling your soul out and selling your busyness and your business and who and what you are and your personal choice. Because you latched yourself to a goofy bitch who can't manage her inner space, and you obviously can't help her manage her inner space, or you're too cowardly to stand up and do it. So it's going to take someone like me to check this goofy bitch in front of the world like it always is. Trying to send me fake-ass cover sheets with no signature, no date, no nothing. Anybody could get that. Anybody could go get a quote with a fake-ass cover sheet and say, I paid it, now pay it. Are you kidding?
I give quotes all the time.
Deeper and making it worse.
What's going on, Lou?
Hey, what's up, you bunch of degenerate fucking slaves?
Bunch of duplicitous, defrauding, defalcating, fake, snake, fork-tongue, deplorable maggot motherfuckers.
A bunch of big words. Slaves.
Yeah, bad faith debt slaves who are so desperate for fiat and power and control and status and to feel like somebody who's successful that they get in their own way every time, destroy their credibility and integrity with their brothers and sisters and their neighbors, and wonder why they're not respected by each other, themselves, or anyone around them. You're a fucking joke.
Hey, did you say I can rent out my pool house?
There you go. That's all. That's all. Slumlord Lou.
I have a little pool back here. It's got some mosquitoes in it once in a while and a couple of lily pads. But if you take the pictures just right, it'll look cool. I wonder how much I can get. Want to come stay at my pool house, Paul?
So you're basically saying that you want to be like these people that he's ranting about. You want to have cockroaches and you want to charge people $500 for smoking in your pool hall.
Yeah, like ruin your whole quality of life by having to babysit people whenever they decide to rent this fucking pool house instead of just like living within your means, maybe being a gorilla in a trailer, and then then you could afford the fucking pool and the pool house. These folks live in a shitty house and can't even afford the pool and the pool house without having to rent it out. What's the point? What's the point at that point? Just give it the fuck all up, right? Start over, live within your means, and stop being a desperate debt slave, having to turn a profit on every piece of corner inch of fucking land that you got. You're so goddamn desperate. Go start a fucking lemonade stand. There's no overhead. You'll probably do better if your shit's good enough. You put it in the right place.
Oh fuck! I'm on a busy corner. That's a good idea, actually. And I could order.
Oh no! We're all too good to do lemonade stand. We have people who do cleaning. We have people. We're the Johnsons. We're too good to do lemonade stand and have our neighbors see us, right? And probably do 10x what you do with your bozo Airbnb with little to no overhead, right? No, you want to play games with cleaners and fucking this one and that one, have a bunch of fucking schlubs running in and out of there, then try to typecast me because you think I'm one of them, right? I don't live like that. I don't come places and fuck people shit up and do shit I wouldn't want done in my area. Because I don't do that because it causes me problems. So they see me, they hear me talking, see me smoking reefer, and then start making all these fucking judgments and assumptions. Then get on the phone with me and realize they can't fucking handle me or deal with me on the truth, let alone their weak-ass energy.
Sorry, I didn't catch this whole thing from the beginning, so I'm starting to gather that you had some experience with some Airbnb thing, or what?
Yeah, a bunch of angry Caucasian people who have no fucking life, poor and broke and in debt constantly, and they're passive aggressive and bad faith, and they want to say everything's cool, but it's not. Say let's move on, but don't make false claims about people. If you saw me smoking outside in the cold, why would I be smoking in the house? It don't make no sense. I want to smoke in the house. I don't, because I know what'll happen. So I smoke outside in the cold. You said you admitted I was smoking outside in the cold. Why would I choose sometime to smoke in the house and sometimes smoke in the cold? Don't make no sense.
Well, it's because you're trying to cover all your bases, right?
Right.
Paul, you're a bipolar smoker. Sometimes inside, sometimes out.
Yeah, I'm just kicking back in there, just smoking away, going, oh, this is going to go well. Oh, let me step outside for some fresh air while I smoke. What are you people are so dumb. Like, all I have to do is push any issue and get into any venue where someone of like consequence and acumen gets in front of me, and I go, let's have a conversation now about what makes more sense to you. Forget about my gorilla face. I probably smell like reefer right now. Do you think maybe that I smoke so much reefer that it's all over my clothes and I just smell like it constantly? So maybe when I got in the bed or wherever, put a blunt clip down on the end table, that's what they were smelling. So maybe they smelled the residual of me smoking outside and whatever's on me or in me, but I didn't smoke in the room. And then I just go down the list of things they do and that, what makes sense. And then it just becomes pretty clear that these people are angry and bullshitting and lying and passive aggressive and manipulative and controlling.
Did they say they were probably friendly on the ad?
What?
I'm guessing they didn't say they were 420 friendly on the ad.
Bro, I don't need 420 friendly. I got God-given rights and I'm a man. You want to tell me it's prohibited on the property? Go get an officer. Do something. What does that have to do with you giving me a bill for what I did in the house that I didn't do?
Touche.
I don't care, bro. I don't need to seek out places where they're going to be okay with me doing what the fuck is lawful. I said, I told him, I said, so you have proof that I did a lawful activity on the premises. Now what? Well, it's prohibited. By who? You think you make up laws on that property that, separate from the laws that govern all of us? This is lawful behavior. Go get an officer and tell him it was prohibited for me to smoke outside that pool house on a back street, on a back alleyway. Go tell him. See what he says. He's going to laugh at you.
They added something on your bill because you went out and had a smoke?
Oh, they're trying to. They first requested it, and we said, no, we're not paying shit because we didn't do that. Now they're pushing the issue through Airbnb.
Oh, so they're real scumbags.
I already contacted Airbnb before they did. And I told them, I said, you better not charge anything because then you're going to be in on this. She goes, well, we don't see any proof anyway. I said, well, there's not going to be any proof because it didn't happen. So don't tell me you don't see it now. You're going to see it later because it didn't fucking happen. And there's no way to prove it. Okay. And I said, and I told that woman, I'll call an officer myself. Right? I'll call an officer myself. Whatever the fuck I got going on in my life, I don't care. I'll call him right now, have him come down, and we'll take a walk around there. And I want to see what he says. If he thinks he smells somebody smoke directly in this fucking room. No. Let's just move on. Okay, let's just move on then. Now you want to keep the bullshit going. Right? So you didn't want to walk around there. You didn't want to show me how because if I would have came back, I'd have seen the room was still the same way. You didn't bring no cleaning people in there with an hour and a half. I know you didn't. So everyone just think they're going to bullshit everybody when I call them on it. Just like this, oh, can I have some change for gas? Okay, bro, let's go get the gas. Exactly. You don't need gas. I'm not. All I got to do is ask you one question, look at your face, and I know you're full of shit. Bro, I used to play these games at one point in my life, the go get gas game. You don't think I came up on an old white man one day who said, oh, come on, hop in, let's go get you gas? Because he knew I was full of shit, taught me a fucking lesson. So now I'm going to teach you a fucking lesson the same way, right? Get your fucking bullshit rap together. If you're going to bullshit the world, at least get good at it. At least get fucking good at it. Insulting everyone's intelligence because you think I'm a goofy white gorilla. Because you look at me and then you make a determination. Then once you get so deep in with your ego, you don't want to get out. You want to pretend like you want out. You know you want out, but don't want out because the man wants out, but the bitch wants deeper in because she's never had consequences for her behavior. And most people just comply and conform. Not this one, lady. So I'm going to be in their face every day, just like I am YouTube, and they're going to hear my voice and hear you, and they're going to make a determination on who they want to fuck with a little bit more or less. Because the other day, the universe is not going to let me out of this with learning how to do legal process and suing you bitches, one way or the other. So if I have to fucking quit today, learn it today, and the next week to sue Airbnb along with a few other folks who we've talked about, that's what the fuck's going to happen, right? So I hope he's got deep pockets for wanting to make false claims and defame and do shit in the public out in the open where everybody knows it and can view it. Now it's a problem for me. I don't like that. I don't like when folks make claims about me and my reputation. I'll stand up and admit to anything. Did I masturbate in that room? You're damn right I did. Is there any charge for that? You going to deep clean the masturbation? I even put a towel down because it was a nice new sofa. I said, I'm not going to put my bare ass and get fluids on this couch. This is a good IKEA couch. So I even put a very thick white towel down before I sat down because I'm a magnanimous, caring man for other people's property. Okay? So I'll stand right up in front of the administrator and say, I masturbated in that room. I'll go right down the list of things that I did in there and then what I didn't do. And I did not smoke in there. Okay, and they're going to look right in my eyes and know that I'm fucking telling the truth. Not even going to have to see the evidence.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
If the glove don't fit, you must have quit.
It depends on what the word is means, doesn't it?
Right. Hold on, I have a slave over here. Can I deal with it? Razvan, what's your problem, man? Come over here to Moose's panel so I can...
Oh, he's back again.
You filthy slave. Look at you showing your computer equipment, you gaming nerd. Look at him. He's got one of them computers with the pink lights coming out the side with the open side so you can see that he's cool. Yeah, he's cool. There he is. He's got a pink lighted computer with a whole bunch of components in there. He's playing games, right? We know he's a gamer. He's sticking his middle finger up. There you go. Another loser failure. Whose house is that? Is that your house? I bet you're real proud of that house, right? Even though it's probably not yours. Even if it is, well, it's never yours. The bank owns it. State of owns it, whether you know it or not. All right. I can't do this. I'm on Moose's panel. It's not fair to him. Could you come over here?
Allegedly, that may or may not be a pool house.
Right. Yeah, he thinks anybody cares that he has stuff, right? He's on this trip of, hey, I have stuff.
Come on, Paul. Let him be quiet and let him do the tour, man. He has let him show.
Yeah, it's Cribs. It's the Cribs edition.
Yeah, let him do.
Well, Paul, think about it. He makes more money than you, just like John Vance.
Right, everybody makes more money than me, but they're all in debt. They can't cover a $500 or $5,000 emergency if they have to. They can't go get fucking cash or resources or valuables. They can't secure their property or rights or freedom. Oh, Jaguar, more debt. Did you pay for that Jaguar outright, or does the bank still own it? And are you in debt? Dumb. This is why I know you're a dumb slave.
It's a 1990.
Okay, Moose, you could. It's your panel. I can't really say.
It's a 1990. It's a ghetto beater.
No. He doesn't understand. He just proved. Can we get? How do I get him over here? How do I do this?
Send him the link.
Yeah, come over to Moose's panel because I want to show everyone how dumb you are. You bought a Jaguar, which is like the worst fucking car ever. Fucking breakdown.
Go get a BMW or something.
You're an idiot. That's how I know you're an idiot. Wait till I go. Wait till I go because I'm gonna. First of all, I want to do it anyway. I want to do it anyway for my own records. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna buy one of them Hondas, them little Hondas that are like 19, right? I'm gonna buy that motherfucker outright. I'm gonna buy it outright, and I'm gonna get the MCO, and I'm gonna ride around with no fucking. I'm gonna ride around with a plate that says "Pimp Daddy Private Use." And they're not going to be able to touch it because I'm going to have the original documentation of ownership for it that you don't have for that, you dumb slave. You went and got a Jaguar, horrible car. It's going to break down. You're going to pay an arm and a leg, have to go into hock again to fix it. And you don't even travel freely, you dumb slave. All that fiat, all that debt, and you're still a cat pet dumb slave, huh? Wait till I go outright and get that Honda for $19K and pull right and say, where did Paulie get all that? Right? And I'm going to have the MCO and I'm going to do videos riding around and that say, this motherfucker is owned. And I got the document right here. And I'm going to pull right up to the police station, say, how you doing, fellas? You want to run the plate? It says Pimp Daddy Private Use. Run it. Okay? I know how to keep myself hot. I want out of their slave system anyway. Listen, man, I never had nothing really. I've never been successful. If I finally get to a certain place where I could do something like that, I'm going to do that just off the strength of the marketing and where it's going to go. I'm going to show millions of people how to get their shit the right way. Did I just sit on the camera? What is that? What was that?
Paul, socks and sandals.
Millions of people, like I did on flatearth.com, has 5 million views. They want to talk to me about views. They go, your views are going down. I really don't give a fuck, bro. If you want to talk numbers, I'm going to focus more on bank account numbers than I'm going to focus on views on YouTube. I got 5 million views on YouTube at one point from flatearth.com on their site. It didn't do shit for me. Didn't do shit for me. What I'm going to say, look at me. I got 5 million views. I'm poor and I'm broke and unsuccessful and have no career and no options and I'm not financially free or independent and I'm a pet slave. Okay, so I'll get 800, 1,000 views, 1.5, 2,000. First of all, they're fucking with my algorithms again. But I'm not even going to get into that on both channels. Doesn't matter. Now I got folks lining in like they did on the first channel now. I knew it would come at some point. We're not getting notifications no more.
This guy's in England.
What was that now, sir, Lewis?
This guy's in England, I believe.
Who is that?
The guy Raza here that's showing off his shit that he fucked with socks and sandals, by the way.
Right.
Point that out.
But dude,
isn't fucking Jaguar owned by Ford?
Listen,
who cares?
Who cares? Yeah.
No, I'm saying like he's showing off a Ford.
What about so guerrilla marketing, man? We do a flyer. We get people who are in major cities to go put them in all these population areas, on boards, and it promotes the broadcast. And we'll actually look at the metric and see before we start it versus the end of the month how much of an impact it's made in views. What if it doubles?
You're saying we're gonna spread pound come together, basically.
Yeah. Why are you? You took that fucking champagne that your fucking grandfather gave you. And you put it out on that Goodwill desk you got there, and you're showing off some apartment on a slave land. You got no rights and freedoms and destiny, and you think you're somebody because you just popped a fucking bottle of whatever that is. Some champagne, man. You need to get it together. You ain't in some Cribs episode. You're a fucking domesticated slave, comfort-driven slave who thinks that because you got some things through credit and debt, you're somebody. This is exactly the problem with the world now.
Right now.
The booze helps numb the pain, Paul.
Right. Yeah. Of having no purpose and no meaning in your life other than pointing at things you don't even own. You don't own. Right. Right. But here's the thing, right? Oh, he ran. So he said, my father bought the trailer. He owns everything he has. Right. So my father came to me and said, I see the way you're living. You don't have to live like that. I'll help you out and get you the trailer, right, as a form of investment for me to do what I do here in other areas. So it's a way of supporting me, right? The difference is he got uppity with me then a couple weeks later and tried to go back on it. I told him, listen, just forget about it altogether. You don't know how to support me in being who and what I am and doing what I'm doing. I didn't ask for it. So it's fine. I appreciate it. I'm thankful and grateful if you want to do that. If not, so the moral of the story is he went ahead because he realized he was being a bitch. He just, again, am I bad and wrong? Donnie Trump's daddy gives him $1 billion and everyone goes, look at Donnie. He's a hero. He's a great businessman. Well, you give me $1 million and see what the fuck I could do with it. And we'll talk about, where this goes. So everyone else, could get help from their parents and their family. If my parents and family, one person in my life decides to invest in me to have a roof over my head to do a broadcast, guess what? What now? Lewis, he's completely in his own world. You know what? I was going to say something, and this is why I let them get me into that mode. I shouldn't even talk about it because then folks will stop contributing and supporting, possibly. I don't know. Who knows? I got to just do me and be me. But the bottom line is I already got that back, bro. In like 3 to 4 months, I already got that back. You know, it was the best month ever last month, and that's why they're fucking with it again. Just like when I had my best month ever on that other channel, they cut everything down and cut it off. Now it does nothing. Doesn't even do like a couple hundred views, all down, right? So I get it. You know, this is a long game for me, and they're going to keep doing that because they know, they see, you know, I'm the biggest threat to their system because I'm a guy with nobody and nothing from nowhere who came from a tent, who got on here and said, I have something to bring to the world and it's going to take me somewhere. And like I said, if fiat is your fucking game, because everybody's obsessed with that. They don't give a fuck about rights and freedoms and how to go to court. None of them. Talcott, all of them. They come on day after day. Don't ask me nothing. Don't care about none of it. Won't look at the process. But if you tell them, you know, that you're doing 8 a month, you know, 6 or 8 a month, hey, that's great for somebody like me. Not that it's going to continue, right? Again, everything is ebbs and flows. The point is, bro, how much better do you want it? Financially secure and free, voluntary, not charging for nothing, not selling your soul, speaking your mind, getting better with your rap, showing up to places in the world to change lives, getting on stages, right? It's the closest thing to being a fucking rock star without having to sell your soul and be around a bunch of yes men and fucking bozos. Okay, so if I could get to something the right way, being who and what I am, and be looked to people for something real and true, not for performing something on stage and acting like other people, I'm living a dream, bro. I'm living in a way you wouldn't know. Showing me your Jaguar. I don't give a fuck about that. Show me a Jaguar that you own, that you paid outright with the MCO that says Pimp Daddy on the back and roll past the police say, I'm traveling, bitch, with no license, insurance plates, and nothing. Show me that. If you can't show me that, I don't want to know from you. Andy Tainer, the rest of them, Wes Watson, I don't want to hear from you, right? Don't let me get to something because I ain't going to change. I'm just going to get more secure. I got fuck you money and power and support. You got to kill me. That's where I'm at. I'm going for it all. I want it all.
Paul, you can't kill ideology.
You can't kill an idea. The point is I'm willing to die as a body to be set free from this motherfucker. I already left my body, bro. If it was a trick, it was a damn good one. Because I believed it. I am not this body, and I will give it up if I have to move on to whatever's after this. Right? So while I'm here, yeah, I'm going to ball till I fall, like they say. I'm going to change lives. I'm going to do what's true and what's right. I'm going to stand for something. I'm going to be a leader in the community, and don't let me get to something because I'm going to pimp and mac on you with it. I don't give a fuck about the paper and the things. I had to give all that up to be giving everything back anyway. Once I gave it up, I realized I didn't need it anyway. Doesn't define who and what I am. My inner space and my choices do. That shit will take me away from that if I let it. Oh, look at me. I got a house and a condo and I'm somebody. And now I'm not going to be the authentic being that I came into this as. I'm not doing that. I'm not playing that game. I'm going to go harder the more that I get. The more I get, the harder I'm going to go because it's more validation that I'm on the right path. I'm not going back. Okay? So I think that's the way it has to be. These people get so comfortable once they get a little something, they forget about who and what they are and where they come from. That's the fucking problem. They get way too comfortable with nothing. All that shit you think you got owns you. You got nothing in my and God's eyes. Nothing. You don't have principles and values and you ain't free. You don't have nothing.
Say, quick question, Paul. I know there's a couple of different ways to get the MCO. Is salvage vehicles, can you get the original MCO on the salvage? Do you know?
The salvage changes the status of the property, as far as I understand. So that's what folks will do a lot of times is they'll go get salvage property if they don't want to get something new, because it I guess changes the title and the standing.
Okay.
But again, it's all beliefs and claims. These folks believe something, something. By the time you get to court, the question is, how much do they want you and everyone to know that the game is up? So just like my buddy, put him in jail for 33 days. That's a Sicilian message. That's Masonic, Dark Mason message. We'll put you into jail for 33 days. We're going to let you out and then say, oh, we didn't know you were back there. Just drop everything. Right. Great. once you learn legal process or get a lawyer, they just gave you Willy Wonka's golden ticket, bro. You folks work your whole fucking life slaving for something to retire like a hoe. Imagine if you stood for something and just sat at a summer camp with nothing to do and learned how to be with yourself, right, for 33 days, proved it to yourself and others for what's true and what's right. Then they drop everything. Now you go call a lawyer up and it's payday season. You got to give me like $1 million. At least we're starting at $1 million. That's already on record. So I told this fucking bozo, you better get on it, bro. Because they just gave you a golden ticket. And all them days you sat there, you should have been motivating for when that time comes. So either call the damn lawyer or learn how to do it yourself. Because there ain't a lawyer out there, civil rights attorney, whatever you want to call him, that ain't going to take that. You just put him in jail for 33 days and dropped all the charges at the last minute. Oh, boy, we're all going to get paid. But then they'll say, oh, you're worldly. Why? Because it's an afterthought. Stand for what's true and what's right. Sacrifice. And when they fuck up, cha-ching. Coming up off of slavery, huh? Flipping the script. Monetize your own slavery, and now you're out. Then reinvest back in yourself and what you're creating.
My business is in the process. My business is in the process of suing a bank for that very purpose, as they breached the fucking contract. Don't breach the contract and we wouldn't have a problem.
I don't know what's wrong with suing somebody that fucking caused you loss, injury, or
There's
harm.
nothing wrong with it. It's called the civil society, like they all say. Paul, I'm very civilized. Listen, I wouldn't like it. There's a part of me genetically that goes back to the old days. We all have it, where when the scum get in my face, the first thing that occurs to my animal body is you shouldn't exist here. You just shouldn't exist. Right? But because I have to love these people in their confusion, because I was one of them at one point, we do things civilized. I'm going to tap your fucking pockets. Let's go, ho. It's time to get broke. Get to the court, because we're going to put the facts of the matter on record, how you were in a pimp's face, breaking the rules, being bad faith, not staying in your own lane, false claim in bad faith. So now we're going to break your pockets. Give us some of what you got. Civilized is just pimping. The hoes don't want to get in line and act their place. They want to get in somebody's way who's doing certain business and moving a certain way. You got to pay now, right? Everybody can't just do whatever the fuck they want to do with no standard of ethics, morality, or objective logic. And it's pretty fucking common sense and clear. So we're just created a system called courts that addresses grievances that we all deal with every day. Motherfuckers want to lie, cheat, and steal and think they're going to get away with it. And if you had it the old way, they'd have just been strung up and took out of here. So to avoid doing that, we just sue you. You're going to be accountable and responsible.
I mean, you put someone in a cell for 30 days, 33 days, whatever it is, and you don't give them at least the idea that there's an opening or an out or a time to be released. That's fucking torture. Because you're not even giving them the they're in a fucking hole and they don't know if they're ever going to get out. They don't even have that ability. So that can be lifetime fucking trauma.
Of course it's torture. I don't play the victim here, but the reality of it is first of all, we're all under the same condition. So most folks are just in line out of fear. The rest of us who stepped out of the line of fear, they've been torturing us, threatening us, putting people against us, putting us in cages for at least a couple days at a time, if not more. Yeah, it's all inhumane behavior. No one has a right to do any of it. But we're so deep into it, it's just another day. And when they haul me off, half of them go, thank you for your service. Another sob sick got dealt with. They love it. They don't give a fuck about me and my pain. They don't give a fuck about my struggle, my having to come to understand. I don't even care about it at this point because it makes me who and what I am. I'm just saying it's laughable. All these good citizens with what's all the noise, man? What's all that? What is all that? Is that on my end? That's on my end.
Oh, it's Lou.
Is it?
Lou, are you sacrificing pigs again?
He's muted.
It was going like won't. Anyways, thanks for breaking up the flow, fellas. That wasn't even funny.
It was John, I think. John, you son of a bitch on my end. Oh, you got to mute. That's why. We never think we are till we are.
We could end the broadcast and act like we're not still live. That'd be fun.
All right, Moose, you want to jump over on my end?
Yeah, that sounds like what we're supposed to do. I'll see you guys over there.
All right.
No last words for you slaves.